Hello, my name is Nicole Binder. I'm the Manager of Assessment for the district, and I'm going to provide a brief description and include needed clarifications regarding the SAT 10 assessment given at grades 1, 2, and 3. As noted in the District Testing Security Manual, all review documents for high-stakes tests and district-wide assessments need to be approved if they were not provided by the district. Content reviews, however, are always allowed and should be tools to emphasize standards, not exact item types. To be more specific, content reviews or planning support tools should be directly related to the content or standards taught. The purpose of content reviews or planning support tools are to ensure the material, not the item types, to be tested have been clearly covered during the school year. If a student is only reviewed on item types, there is not necessarily a true understanding of the material or concepts to be taught. Drill and kill, as a form of review, also does not review the content, as it is an exercise in brain muscle memory and not true learning of a concept or skill. Formative assessments are mini tests given at precise times during instruction to determine how well students are learning concepts. Formative tests are not built to determine a student's score on the summative assessment. Instead, they should be used to determine areas of needed reteaching or support to get students to mastery of a skill. A formative test can be given at any grade level, in any content area, at any given time to gauge student learning. A formative assessment is really a teaching tool. The SAT 10 is not a formative. The SAT 10 is a summative test. It is used as an end-of-year test to determine the rank of a student among their peers in reading and mathematics. The SAT 10 is a very sensitive measure. There are very few items per subtest. Any interference with these items will cause the result to not be a valid or reliable measure of a student's true ability. It is very important that we understand that missing just one item could cause a student to go from the 99th percentile down to the 79th percentile simply because so many students could get all of the items correct. Students who receive extended time also should not be kept in the room with their general education peers. This would cause this paced assessment to take longer in between items that are read aloud, and it was not standardized in this fashion. It is very important that at any time an accommodation should not impact a student who does not receive an accommodation, as this will invalidate the test. Providing an unfair advantage means students are given extra support that other students do not receive, and this additional support will be interference and cause the results to be invalid. Examples of providing an unfair advantage are pre-teaching items, drill and kill, exposure, and that means that students are provided the exact items right before giving the test or perhaps the week before giving the test. While the district, and specifically assessment and accountability, completely understands that this may be a student's first standardized test, as a parent of young children, I would rather have a true score than an inflated score. Further, the item types are not confusing on SAT 10. They are straightforward, and the official SAT 10 practice test is the resource to use to prepare students for these item types. Our first and second graders are learning new, more rigorous Florida standards. These SAT 10 items are far less dynamic. Our students can be successful if we let them. Teach to the standards, and your students will be prepared for the SAT 10. Listed are real examples of what has happened in this district on the SAT 10. All of these examples are not allowed. That during circle time, just before the math test, students are to place numbers into small, medium, and large circles. That is not teaching content. That is teaching an item type. It's best not to tell students to write down everything that you say during the administration of a listening component piece of the test, because students will run out of time. This happened, and one student was so upset that they wrote, "Sorry, I'm just too tired to write anymore." Jeopardy games. Jeopardy games that have actual test items on it are inappropriate. Repeating items or words from items over and over until all students complete the question is inappropriate. As a reminder, SAT 10 items are to be read only one time. You definitely should not point to items that the student answered incorrectly. Make sure when you are doing the read aloud portions of the SAT 10 that stressing words to lead students to choose the correct answer is avoided. That would be cause for invalidation. And obviously, you would never change the wording of a question to lead to a correct answer. And finally, do not provide drill worksheets of items to students. This is exposure, and some students would receive these drill worksheets over and over where others may never see them, and therefore the scores on this assessment are not going to be standardized across this whole district. As a reminder, we are here to help, so if you think something is suspicious, by all means call us, because it may be something that is not, and perception is everything, and we want to make sure that everybody is treated fairly and equally when taking the SAT 10 and administering the SAT 10. Thank you for taking the time to view this brief presentation about SAT 10. I truly hope I was able to provide needed clarifications regarding this test. We appreciate all you do for our students. If you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us in assessment at 272-4341, or you can email us at the assessment hotline. Thank you and have a fantastic day.